Hey, it's your girl Wildflower of UGS Music, and welcome back to Popcorn Culture, where we're going to talk about all the microwavable music we all love. First, let's talk about Trippie Red and A Love Letter to You 5. From songs 1 through 4, I was very discouraged. The first decent song to me was his song titled Thinking of You, and that was only for his last verse in the song, as to why I categorized that as decent. A Feeling by Sky Morales is another decent one. And you know, I feel like Trippie Red always sings, but this album is very singy. Mind you that I don't really keep up with his albums like that because I usually only really like a few singles on there, so I kind of stopped listening to them. He be hurt, y'all, okay? And at this point, I'm wondering, what is he doing in these relationships? After a song called Romantic Fantasy, which is a heartfelt ballad, I Am Mad at Me, which is the name of the next song, is featuring Lil Wayne, and it seemed promising, but didn't deliver. Lil Wayne's verse was straight, but some parts I feel like they had the music a little too loud over his voice. I don't know if they meant to do that or what, but that's my take on it. I'm not gonna lie, at this point I'm bored, so I skipped down to the feature with the Kid Laroi because I with the Kid Laroi. By the way, I did make a playlist of the few songs that I really do like by him, so check that out. The Kid Laroi sounds great on this song, and he actually has a very interesting voice, and he does a lot of features with rap artists. It'd actually be cool to probably do a deep dive of some sort on him one day just to, know where he come from and why. Okay, I'm over this part. This album had the nerve to be 19 songs long. I know Trippie Red can rap and can carry a tune, but like many times before, I just didn't enjoy this album like that. It's not even that he sounds bad, he doesn't. It's just not the type of music that I like to hear from him, and I think this is his style, I just think that maybe Trippie Red isn't the artist that I thought he was gonna be for me when I got introduced to him. I do also want to say that on some parts of this album, he sounds straight like Uzi. I mean, I've always, kind of thought that they sound alike, but I mean, on some parts, it's just like, I had to look and see if there was a feature. Another thing I want to say is that Trippie Red has a lot of different albums and projects out, so maybe I am missing something. My favorite one was the first one that I came on to, which was A Love Letter to You, the first one. But after that, it wasn't really the same for me. That was a little short, but that's all I have for now. When I come back, I'm going to talk about Victoria Monet and Quavo's release. For now, it's What Happened to with KidPoetry.
What's good, Wildflower? What's good, everybody out there? It is your favorite hip-hop historian, KidPoetry. If you ain't know, it's me. And we are back with another one of our What Happened To's. And y'all already know what we do on What Happened To. We go back and we find out what the hell happened to one of our favorite artists out there. And today we got somebody real special for y'all. I'm taking it to one of T.I. earlier artists, you know what I mean? I wanted to know what the hell happened because I think this dude could have been one of the best in the game at this time, but I feel like the industry and shit kind of, situated him a certain way, and a couple other things didn't go his way. But today, we are talking about a very special person, and that person is B.O.B. Alright, so let's dive into it. B.O.B. born Bobby Ray Simmons Jr. was born in, I want to say Winston-Salem, North Carolina or some shit. But he was raised in Decatur. We all know him as an Atlanta artist. So, boy, I'm going to take you back. Think about, I want to say 09. 09, I was just entering high school and shit. You know what I mean? The XXL freshman list that came out. And that was, by far, that was the best XXL freshman list that I can think of. I'm talking about the one that had Charles Hamilton on it. I'm talking about it had B.O.B. on it. It had Currency on it. It had Blue on it. It had so many fire artists, and majority of them were, I'll say, conscious artists or people, that had some shit to talk about. Now, they still had, your swag artists in there and whatnot as well. This is the beginning of me even thinking about becoming a rapper and all that shit. And that, right in the smack dab of that was B.O.B. And B.O.B. got his start in 08. So, boom, that's when he signed to T.I. and Hustle Gang back then. He had a deal before that with another music label, but then they did a joint venture with T.I. so that he could get over there with Hustle Gang, get him some more notoriety, some more attention, and it actually worked. Shit. Bruno Mars Bruno Mars, my boy, you gotta show some love to B.O.B, man, because he definitely showed you some love early in your career. He put you on that nothing on you, baby. Yeah, and y'all niggas went crazy on that. I think that song went multiple times platinum, and he came directly after that with the Airplanes joint with Shorty from Paramore, and they went fire. Clearly, T.I. had done the right thing, aligning him with Hustle Gang. It skyrocketed T.I. as an executive. And this was a great time in music. I mean, shit. All of the people that I named had dope songs at the time. And this kind of opened the space for J. Cole to become big, Kendrick to become big. These were the early days of Drake and whatnot as well. So we getting so much good music. So much good music at one time. Shit was beginning to bubble up. And B.O.B was taking advantage of that. His first album went 2 times platinum. I mean, nigga was in every place you could think of. I mean, the boy was so hot, he had Nicki Minaj and Taylor Swift on his second album. I mean, come on, man. He done worked with everybody from T.I. to 2 Chainz to Lil Wayne to damn Young Dro. Everybody in between. The boy has been everywhere. I'm surprised. Him and Wale, for sure, for me, are the 2 people that I feel should be on, like, well, I really can't say B.O.B, but Wale for sure should be on that Mount Rushmore. But of all of the, like, conscious rappers that I truly feel should have had a enormous career, which by their standards, I'm sure they probably feel like they had a large career as well. But I think things could have went so much better for them. But what happened? What happened with B.O.B? Honestly, well, 2014, B.O.B went on a little rant to talk about Atlantic, as well as, you know, the label and Hustle Gang that he was aligned with at the time, to say that, yo, y'all niggas not really supporting my music. They not promoting my tours. They not promoting my videos. None of that shit. So he really felt like I should be doing it by myself because I'm not getting the support from the place that I should be getting it, which is crazy with all of the people that I just named that he worked with. You know what I mean? So they were doing something. But I understand as an artist, you know, things can be different, you know what I mean? And when you're with a label, you expect certain things. You expect certain things of them, so maybe he wasn't getting what he expected out of the deal. But shortly after that, that led to him being dropped by Atlantic. And shortly after that, some of you may recall that he had a little conspiracy theory quest going on at one time. And we get into it. Hip-hop and conspiracy theories, well, conspiracies that end up becoming fact many a time go hand in hand. I mean, we done dealt with a lot of shit. We can go back to Public Enemy and whatnot and the things that they were saying in their music and shit, and many of people in between that would suggest that this is a base part of hip-hop. But when he started getting on his flat earth shit, not only did that brush some people, I won't say the wrong way, but a couple people kind of moved away from it. He also said some things in one of his songs called Flatline that definitely ruffled some people the wrong way, where he talked about the Jews, or he talked about Stalin and Hitler and some other touchy subjects that I ain't gonna say other people in hip-hop have not touched on before, but you know, we've been in a very sensitive era. So once that shit happened, you know, you can talk about these people, but once they come to cut your water off, it don't come back on the same way. You might get a little spritz or something like that, but you are not getting the full flow of water that you were getting before. And that's ultimately what happened to my boy. He ended up re-signing with Empire with a distribution deal and shit. He's made a lot of great music. He's been steady on his conscious shit. He's been giving hella music. I mean, he had a lo-fi album come out. He's still been dropping mixtapes. The boy has over 15 projects since 08. So, shit, which 08 is like 15 years. So consecutively, every year, on average, he has been dropping projects. So I commend him for that. I see he had, he posted on Father's Day, him and his 3-year-old child. So congratulations about that. He made a song for his child as well. He has a beautiful wife that I see him with all of the time. So definitely earned a follow from me on Instagram. I see you doing your thing. Shit, I'm right here in Atlanta, so I'm definitely gonna check out if you throw any more lo-fi anime video game events. You know what I mean? The boy out here podcasting, doing all kind of shit. So honestly, what happened? The nigga got away from some of the toxic bullshit of the rap game. He said some things that maybe he could have not said, but shit, hip-hop is expression. Hip-hop is expression. We are the niggas that take the chances and say the things that other people may be afraid to say, so that when they listen to our music, guess what? They have an opportunity to say those things out loud where they won't get blamed for it. You're welcome. So shit, shout out to B.O.B. Keep doing your mother-loving thing, my boy. And this has been another episode of What Happened To.
And we're back. I told you KidPoetry would be right back, you guys. And if you've made it this far, go ahead and like that video for me, please and thank you. All right, let's talk about Quavo. Now, I'll start off with saying that, I didn't really like the first few songs. I started liking the album at Hold Me, which, let's talk about that for a second. I enjoyed Quavo on a beat like this. When I first heard it come on and everything like that, I was wondering what he was gonna do on it, and I actually really liked the song. He is singing in this song, y'all, and I mean, it kind of caught my attention when I was just doing things and listening to the album. I had to see if it was a feature or anything like that, but no, this man is singing from his diaphragm and things like that, and I just thought it was so interesting and sounds really good and everything like that, and I was so proud of him for trying that. Sometimes it's hard to hear certain artists on heartfelt songs when that's not usually their vibe, but to my pleasant surprise, Quavo switched it up quite nicely. My next song to talk about is titled Wall to Wall, where it starts off with a funny little skit where he's welcoming us to Club Rocket Power, where all the women can be bought. Look at all the broke men getting excited. Y'all can't buy no. This was the energy I was looking for, as far as like, the way the song sounds and feels like, an upper tempo song. That's what I mean. So yeah, I'm also happy that this song does not have a feature. He actually has very few features on this album, from Takeoff, Future, Young Thug, and someone named Baby Drill. Y'all know him? Let me know in the comments. The next song features Future, and we talked about it a few episodes ago. So I said I didn't like the song, but something about hearing it after Wall to Wall just made me appreciate it more. And I actually do like Future's verse. I do, even though he's petty as hell and he's so immature and just, I like the verse. The next song, called Back to Where It Begins, also features Future and Takeoff, and I actually like Takeoff's verse the best in this song, but the whole song is nice. The chorus I like as well, which Future sings. I hope I'm saying the next title right, but it's 11.11, and yeah, this song has a really good high tempo, heavy bass beat, along with some experimental sounds, more experimental than the usual echo and synth. In this song, Quavo definitely rides the beat, and this is one of those type of songs where the beat kind of carries everything, and in this situation, I'm totally okay with that. I'm really enjoying the album up until this point, and also considering who I'm listening to, so I am okay with that. The next song, Galaxy, has a nice piano breakdown between a very pop or almost house-like beat, and it's a good contrast to the song before it. Now, when he previewed Disciples, when he dropped Honey Bun, I wasn't sold on the snippet, but the song is actually straight. Honey Bun is not on this album, which is a bummer because I love that song. Focused, featuring Young Thug, is next. At this point, we've gone from number 6 all the way down to number 14 with no skips. Impressive. So yeah, Young Thug was a great addition to this song, and I don't always have a good opinion about Young Damn Thug. I'll also say that Young Thug's voice is so distinctive that a lot of times a feature from him can take a song to the next level, especially since there's not a lot of people left around that sound like him, like there was like a few years ago and things like that. Now that he's really like the only one left that sounds like that, yeah. And if those rappers were still around, I'm not saying that would affect Young Thug's career. I'm just saying like the fact that they're not makes it even more special, because he's really the only one left that sounds like that. And when I say like that, you know what the heck I mean. Squeakly and squealy and stuff. Stain featuring Baby Drill is the last of the more upper pace song before we get to the last song, Greatness. In this song, the chorus is repetitive and I ain't mad. But let's get down to Greatness, which has a very good Hispanic, Mexican sounding beat, and he actually comes at his label in this song, and that's what I want to talk about. At about 1 minute and 18 seconds, he says, "I got this shit out the mud, got a little buzz, then QC changed it." I wonder what he means by that. I know they were beefing and not seeing eye to eye the past few years and things like that, but I want to know details. But I really with this song, Greatness. It's like he is reflecting on his journey and accomplishments, and this is a great ending to an album. This album definitely gave me variety as far as production, and Quavo gave me variety, between him hitting those notes and doing the Migos flow. I'm happy with it. I mean, I do have lower expectations for full albums from a lot of rappers that I do actually like, but this album, Rocket Power, it's a good one. If you, like me, thought that you were getting tired of Quavo's music or just that sound in general, go ahead and give this album a try. So, Victoria Monet, never heard of her before her viral song, On My Mama. She dropped Jaguar 2 on August 25th, and apparently she's been doing music for a long time. She has many projects out. This album, Jaguar 2, is my introduction to Victoria Monet, so let's get introduced. This album starts off right with some refreshing vocals and a feature from Lucky Daye. Also, this song is about smoking. It's called Smoke. Now, obviously with these two, this could have easily been a love song, but I appreciate this concept instead. I was thinking it's probably symbolic or metaphoric of love topics and things like that, but I don't think so. But take a listen and let me know what you think about that in the comments. And if that wasn't enough for you, she has a reprise of the same song following after the first song featuring Lucky Daye, and y'all, it sounds so good. From her voice to the experimental R&B sounds, this one, it's kind of, it is more beat and more sounds and more vibes as compared to the first one, which I love the first one, but I love this one too. The reprise of Smoke actually goes into another very vibey song called Party Girls, which is also featuring Buju Banton. In this song, I love the way she rides the beat without sounding like she's rapping. I love when R&B singers and pop singers can actually sing. But yes, this song is dope as hell. The beat switches up on Buju's verse, and it's fun. It's easy to sing along to. The chorus is catchy. Her and Buju harmonizing at the end like that is perfecto, okay? This song is a full 4 flames, maybe 5. All Right is a song where she's talking a little bit of shit, I don't think it's meant to be, that much of a message, more like a fun song. But it does have some good mixes at the end. She's talking some more shit in Cadillac, which in parentheses says a pimp's anthem. Another song for myself. So I listened and I didn't like it like that. And this is the first time I felt that way on this album, but she sounds great. How Does It Feel, which is a more heartfelt song and the first one on an R&B album, because at this point we're like halfway through, and I feel like that's what's to be expected, this type of song within like the first few songs. So I can appreciate the change there. At the same time, I don't listen to many female R&B albums, so I don't know. Am I right about that or what? This song has more of an old school feel to me, from the beat to the effects on her voice. And it has like a very classic feel to it, and her voice is absolutely beautiful. She chose a lower tone to sing in for this song, which shows me some range in comparison to the first song. So then On My Mama comes on, and I actually, even up until this point, have not heard the song in its entirety. Sometimes TikTok virality makes me annoyed with a song instead of making me want to go check it out. But anyways, this song is definitely good. I can see why it caught a wave. Thankfully, it's not the best song on the album. Still good though. Still not downloading it. Next song we're talking about, which actually might be the next song, is called Stop, and in parentheses, asking me for shit. This song is an upbeat song basically asking people to stop asking her for shit. I mean, it's funny and it's straightforward, and I know a lot of people can relate, and I know a lot of people are going to act like they can relate, like people be asking them for stuff. But either way, this song is for everyone. This song has an old school feel as well. I think like a 70s feel. I'm not sure. Ask your mama. She uses a lot of experimental sounds that I like in my psychedelic music, and I feel like I've said that word experimental about 5 times this episode. This album is a perfect 11 songs long, and you know, it's a good album, and I'm really happy that I decided to review it. And it takes me a lot to listen to a whole R&B album, especially because, like I said, I tend to lean more towards male R&B artists when I do listen to R&B, because that is not my favorite type of music. On my list of favorite type of music, R&B is not up there. Before I end this review, it's notable to mention that she does have a feature on this album with Earth, Wind and Fire for a song called Hollywood. I really enjoyed reviewing those last 2 albums. You guys, that is all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and share with a music lover. Check out that playlist I made of the songs that I like by the Kid Leroy. And oh, I am also dropping a Doja Cat rant type of video about some things that I've been wanting to talk about having to do with her. So make sure you stay on the lookout for that and subscribe so you don't miss it. Again, thank you so much for watching, and this is Popcorn Culture. We will see you guys next week.